Greetings, dear Aries. Welcome to Tifa's Tarot, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. And today we're going to go ahead and take a peek at your tarot reading, or tarot forecast, as I like to say, for Leo season. All right. So go ahead and check out the video that I did make about the planetary transits that we are experiencing on a collective level for Leo season, and one of the more notable ones are that Mercury in retrograde energy. And one of the things that I really love about Leo season is that we're going to have this beautiful energy of Venus conjunct Jupiter in the sign of Cancer that starts on August 12th, right? So go ahead and check out some more details of what that looks like for you, okay? If you are experiencing any of those particular energies, right? Now, dear Aries, before we get started, let's just go ahead and set the intention. This is for you, Aries. If you have Aries, it's in your sun, your moon, or your rising, then it is my sincerest intention that this reading may resonate with you in some capacity and that you're able to receive these messages and apply them to your own life, always and only for your highest good. All right. Now we are using the Zodiac Tarot to pull your cards, dear Aries, and then we're going to close the reading out with one card of advice from the Eternal Crystals Oracle. All right. Let's get into it, Aries. Let's get into it. I hope that you are having a blessed, wonderful Leo season, as Leo is your brother sign, right? And another fellow fire sign. So hopefully you're feeling the heat, you're feeling good, you're feeling yourself. So this is also going to be very Leo themed, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But first, this is for Aries. So let's just go ahead and figure out what is the major theme of Leo season for Aries. Show me the major theme of Leo season for Aries. Ooh. Okay. Show me the major theme of Leo season for Aries. Show me the major theme. All right. Oh, okay. All right. So, oh God, all of this court energy you've got here. All right. So the first thing is, Aries, you're in this King of Swords position. I feel like you're making some moves right now. They're very reasonable and logical moves, right? Because that King of Swords really activates and acts as a very strategic and intentional leader, right? It's about you using strategy to be able to like achieve kind of what you want. I feel like the way that you're thinking is very like higher level at this particular time. And it has something to do with your practicality. So this could be like picking up routines where you're becoming like a little bit more diligent about the routines that you've set in place, that you really have an idea of where you want to take that. But you know, it involves a bit of drudgery at times, right? For example, if you are picking up a new exercise routine, right, that might require you to feel sore sometimes, to clean up your diet, to wake up at times where, you know, the motivation is lacking, okay? But that Knight of Pentacles just puts in the work, right? Even though it isn't always exciting, it's just very practical and steadfast, and it has the discipline and the commitment and the dedication to adhere to goals, right? And maybe there's something about you trying to elevate your living status too, where maybe that could be looking for a new place to live, right? Maybe signing up on a new apartment lease, or maybe a new mortgage, a new housing situation that you're trying to figure out with this Queen of Pentacles, right? But either way, I feel like Leo season is filled with you really thinking long term and hard about what are the ways, like what are the practical things that you can or that you do every day that's going to get you to this energy, right? And that energy with that Queen of Pentacles, I think, is ultimately just really just wanting to be, I feel like it has something, when I think about the Queen of Pentacles, it has a very domestic energy to it. So it could have something to do with your home space and you really doing what you can to get into that, right? Yeah, so that could just look like securing some stability for you. But in order for you to do that, like, you got to do some practical stuff, and you got to put on your higher level thinking cap, right, in order to adhere, right, to this. All right, so I Our second question is looking at how do you express yourself? So, keeping in mind that this is Leo season and collectively, not just for Leos, but on a collective level, this is a great time to really celebrate your own authenticity, like what sets you apart. Leo energy is all about not hiding in the shadows and being a wallflower. It's about like showing up, not being scared to like show who you are, being confident, being self-assured, like all of those things, like in our expression and how we go about in the world, and what our choices are of how we choose to be perceived by other people is a big part of that. So let's see, how do you express yourself for this season, Aries? How does Aries express themselves in Leo season? Look, you're not spending no money, Aries. Four of Pentacles. You're laying low. That Four of Pentacles is ultimately really, in a practical level, talks about frugality. Now, it does kind of match this the theme of your season, which talks about that higher level strategic thinking, doing the practical thing, not just doing what you want, but doing what makes sense for what your goals are. And perhaps I'm really getting, for a lot of Aries, you're really trying to secure something with your home base in some way. Okay. So the expression, like, you're a little bit more subdued. You're not really out there and just doing whatever you want this season. I feel that you're holding back a little bit. Now, maybe you're holding back money. Let's get more on this. Or maybe you're just like not really out on the scene. Okay. So you could yeah, Five of Swords. Okay. Could be a little bit of conflict there. Or let's say if you are, yeah, the Nine of Wands. Absolutely. Aries, I feel like you really have like a mission, and it could be causing some problems maybe in your intimate relationships with people, like friends, if you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, or spouse of some sort. There's something you hear about. This Five of Swords is just like, it's combative energy. It's just like, well, I can't believe that you like, you said that you were going to do this for me, and now that you're not. Or you said you were going to go here with me, and now you're not. And you're like, no, because I'm trying to save money. I don't have time for that right now. Okay. So it could be taking it could be people who know you very well and are used to you with that fiery energy that's out, that's like so spontaneous and ready to just go out and explore the world. I'm feeling like a little bit like, because you're holding back, it could be causing some problems in your relationships in some way. But you know what? The end is near, okay? Because you are, this holding back, I know that like it's getting a little tiresome, because Knight of Wands really is just like, dang, I want to be out there. I want to be on the scene again. But you know what? Knight of Wands wants you to understand that even though like you have to maintain this, right? Because you do have an objective here. And so there's something here about maintaining your boundaries and being persistent regardless of the conflicting energy that is in the midst, okay? All right, now let's look at what area of your life needs an upgrade. Okay. Now, when we're, ooh, see this little hair over here. So we're talking about, this is another Leo themed question. Also, in keeping in mind that Leo energy wants the finest and the best of things, and honestly feels deservingly so. Okay. So that's also another time for us to collectively tap into, are we getting what we deserve? Or is there something, or there's something or things in our life that could use a boost? Okay. So, what area of your life needs an upgrade? What area of Aries' life needs an upgrade? Oh, 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 okay. We've got the Chariot, maybe your car, literally. You've got the Ten of Wands. You've got a lot of stuff on your plate. I honestly see that. And you're just like, you're just like, I wish I could clone myself. I wish instead of 24 days or 24 hours in a day, there was like 36. Like, there's something here about you not being able to really complete everything that you want to in the ascribed time. But Aries, remember, you are the baby of the zodiac. So you be very impatient with yourself and wanting things to happen like yesterday, when, sometimes it just takes time and effort Yeah, time and effort. What I say, 7 of Pentacles. All right. So one of two things in the upgrade. Now the Chariot talks about, now this could be a literal transportation, some type of vehicle. Maybe that needs to be upgraded. Maybe you need new brakes, new tires, maybe a whole new car, a new bike. Like there's something here about transportation that perhaps needs to be upgraded. Now, if it's not that, now this could also indicate in a more metaphoric way that this is talking about you needing to upgrade your life's direction in some way. Okay. Because the Chariot is a very decisive player. The Chariot does not play those games. The Chariot understands that when change needs to happen, action is required of that. Okay. Now, despite all that, you could be feeling very burdened about all of the responsibilities and duties that are before you right now, right? With this 10 of Wands, it's almost like you're just like a little bit stressed. You might feel like there's just too many burdens, there's too many things to do, and maybe like because you're not being I don't see anything in this energy about you being very like lighthearted at all. You're really just taking things in and doing kind of like the adult responsible thing at this time, okay? And it feels like that. It feels like, oh my God, I just have so many things to do. But at the same time, you are taking into account where you are right now and where you want to be. Because this 7 of Pentacles ultimately really wants you to be patient and to understand that hard work could be, you're working really hard, but rest assured that success is coming. Like you might feel like, I mean, it's delayed, but you got to put in the work in order to get the results. It's just what it is. And so I feel like in your life right now, you are ultimately aware about you've initiated. I'm seeing here a change has been started. Aries, you are the original cardinal sign, right? So cardinal energy is very quick to start things, right? It's like that fire starter. It's quick to start that spark of inspiration, and but the momentum, right? You got to keep the momentum and not just like fall off when it becomes too difficult, or you just don't want to do it anymore, or it's boring, or so you have to basically kind of grow up a little bit, right? And that could be sometimes the challenge for a lot of Aries, especially if a lot of Aries placements. If you might have an Aries sun, but perhaps you might have like a Taurus moon, right? Now that's going to operate a little bit differently because that Taurus moon is really going to ground you a little bit more, where it's going to, I don't want to say like dull that Aries sun, but it's ultimately going to help you to be a little bit more focused on your material world. Now, but if you have a lot of fire and you have that Aries sun, so you kind of got to look and know yourself and what your chart says about you and how you navigate. But if you know you're an Aries and you're that standard fiery, I'm ready to just go yesterday, why can't this just happen now? You got to put in the work, Aries. And success does not happen overnight. It happens with slow, committed, but diligent steps and action plan. Okay. So I feel like this is resonating with you. I don't care if you say it's not, it is. I just feel like I know Aries who need to hear this message. Okay. It's just, the messages apply, fantastic. But I know this applies. I know it does. All right. Now, what useful actions can you take this season, dear Aries? Show me useful actions that Aries can take this season. Show me useful actions for Aries. Okay, you've got the 2 of Wands. Dream. Big dreams. Okay. You've got the 4 of Cups. Interesting. Yeah, you got the Page of Pentacles. I love this. This energy is just like you are really putting on your big person pants, right? In that sense, where you're like, you really are getting stuff done. You're glowing up, you're growing up, you're maturing, you're doing all of the right things for you to see the results that you would like to see. Now, what a useful action for you right now is, because I do have this feeling that you're kind of laying low right now. Now, this 2 of Wands is just plan for what you want. Plan for that future, right? Plan for maybe there's travel plans that you want to make. Maybe there's choices that you have and direction. plan those out, write it down, make a vision board, right? But that Two of Wands really, really wants you to get into that energy of planning, right? When we plan our goals, and those actions of what we want become even stronger when we have that plan, and we're keeping fresh with that plan too, so that we're always reminding ourselves. And even if it means like having that visual and having a daily goal or a weekly goal or a monthly goal of where we want to be, so that you know that that goal is active, that you're actively pursuing it. Okay. Now, this Four of Cups could really indicate that you could be feeling a little bored, right? Because that Four of Cups is just like, if you see it, she's just kind of like daydreaming. She's thinking about the one cup that she wants. But meanwhile, there's like all of these other cups that she already has at her disposal. So it's almost this feeling of needing to recognize and be grateful for what is really working in your life right now, and what you have, thinking about the support systems that you have available to you at this time, and giving homage to that, giving thanks for that, right? And for having people and circumstances that are in your corner that are really beneficial for you now. So really giving thanks for that. I think that's going to be really important. That's a really useful action for you to take at this time. And then finally, even if you feel like it's if there's a long-term goal that you really want to do, look for those opportunities. That Page of Pentacle, you never know when you're going to land on an opportunity that's going to be like magical and absolutely have your name written on it. Okay. So that Page of Pentacles wants you to be excited, even if you're in the throes. Let's say you are in school you're in medical school and you're about to come out, and like life is hard because you're studying, you're doing all of these things. But you know what? With this Page of Pentacles, this is just you looking at the future, looking at opportunities, even if you're not qualified for them now. That Page of Pentacles wants you to look, because it is going to excite you to know what is out there and what's going to be available to you if you feel like that it's not at this moment. Okay. So excite yourself by seeking out opportunities and looking for ways in which you can kind of break up the monotony right now. Okay. So that's what I got for you. That's what tarot has for you, dear Aries. I hope this was helpful for anyone who listened to this message in its entirety. Let's go ahead and close it off with one message from the Eternal Crystals Oracle. So this is looking at a particular crystal that has an accompanying message. Maybe it's a crystal that you have. Maybe it's a crystal that you can go seek out, buy it on Amazon, or more, or even better, go to your local, I don't know, I'll call them like witch stores or metaphysical stores, right? To pick up any place that sells crystals. Okay. So yours is Okinite. Okinite. And this wants you to connect to past life patterns, and it activates all chakras. But this is what it looks like. It's this beautiful, kind of hairy looking silica crystal here. So I'm just going to briefly read the message for this, and then I'm gonna let you go on by your business, okay? But Okinite is activating all chakras, and you have been drawn to this powerful crystal to help you remove any old patterns or beliefs that are holding you back. These old beliefs and patterns may be from this lifetime or from some of your past lives. It is now for you to see that there are many different and new ways to act or look at things. Try to look at each situation for what it is. If you remain positive, it will help you to move through any challenging situation. If you feel that there may be some past life issues surrounding you, it is now time for you to release these hurts or obstacles. You do not need to be burdened or held back by anything from the past. Free yourself from any karmic depths by affirming, I am now free. Anything that no longer serves me or that is holding me back or hurting me is now released. See yourself surrounded in love and forgiveness. Okinite will help you to clear any obstacles in your path. It also helps you to clear all of your chakras. All right. So I do know how to read, I promise. Today's just a long day and I'm recording this, but I feel like this message is spot on. I called it. So anyway, I love you, Aries. I hope you have a blessed and prosperous rest of your Leo season. Please take care of yourself. Bye. Oh, comment, like, and subscribe. All of that jazz. And consider booking me for personal reading. You can find more information in the description of this video. Bye.